3 easy air fried dinner recipes that are super flavorful, delicious, easy to make, and very unique also. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. All 3 of these dinner ideas are well balanced, super nutrient dense, and I also have some meal ideas in a grocery haul as an added bonus. First up, we're going to be making a Tandoori Tempeh, and this is a spiced yogurt marinated tempeh, and I've got a really good trick for how to open up the tempeh and let it absorb all of that marinade. Kind of improves the texture as well, so I'll show you how to do that. And in 2 of the 3 recipes that I'm showing you here today, I'm going to be using a lot of different spices from the spice drawer, and generally for me when I'm cooking, I tend to just use the same like 3 or 4, neglecting the other ones, but today we're going to use all of those spices, add lots of flavor to the food. We are going to season to perfection, and it's going to make a huge difference. What I love about cooking with spices is it's so easy. You just kind of like shake it into a bowl, no effort at all, but it really pays off in terms of flavor. Tempeh is a dinner time staple for me because it's really hearty and satisfying because it's packed with plant-based protein and minerals. It makes me feel really good, and I find that when I center a meal around tempeh, it's really easy to create a meal that's balanced and just very nourishing, so I feel really satisfied after a meal like this. I'm going to be using 2 8-ounce blocks of tempeh, and I'm going to cut it into thick strips like this. I cut it in half and then cut each half into about 5 to 6 pieces. But as you can see, the texture is quite close textured, and that's because tempeh is pressed. So to open it up a little bit and really allow the seasonings to get inside the tempeh, I'm going to steam it for about 5 to 10 minutes. While that steams, we'll make the marinade with some coconut yogurt, garam masala, turmeric, garlic, cumin, ginger. Don't worry, you don't have to remember any of this right now. I'm going to have the recipes in the description box below with lots of details so you can follow along if you're going to make this at home. But basically, I just add the spices, a little lemon juice, and some water, and that creates the spiced yogurt marinade. And instantly you can smell those spices, and garam masala actually has a little bit of cinnamon and allspice, so it has this really interesting kind of warm and spicy, cozy smell that is so good. So when almost all of the water is absorbed from the tempeh, then I'm going to go ahead and add the yogurt marinade, mix that all together, and I like to let it sit for like 15 to 20 minutes to really have time to season the tempeh, and then we'll just put it in the air fryer for 10 minutes at 400 degrees. And it's cool because as it cooks, the yogurt kind of creates like this coating on the outside that gets a little bit crispy around the edges. While that cooks in the air fryer, I'm going to use the remaining yogurt to make a quick condiment for serving, and I just do this in the same exact container because that way if there's any leftovers, I can just put the lid on, pop it in the fridge, and I don't have to use an extra container. That's what I like to do. But it's just cilantro, a little bit of salt, and dried coriander. And when it comes out, it's going to look like this, and you can serve this however you like. I personally love it with some fluffy rice, a green salad. I do that cilantro yogurt sauce, which you just saw me make, and then I like to serve it with some kind of mango chutney or a cilantro chutney or pepper jelly. Anything that is going to be a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy works really well too, so go crazy and enjoy. When it comes to making a good salad, it's all about contrast. So I love a hot-cold combo. I also like a creamy crunchy. I like a chewy, crunchy, crispy. I even like a kind of like bright and sweet and vinegary with a smoky, creamy, rich. Like I think all of those contrasts really work together to create a salad that is flavorful and dynamic, lots of different texture, and it's actually really fun and enjoyable to eat, especially when all of those colors and textures and flavors are because of really nutrient-dense ingredients. It's food that tastes good and makes you feel good as well. And that's what's going on with this air-fried chickpea salad. It's easy to make, and because everything is about the same size, you get a perfect bite every single time. One of my favorite things about this salad is the seasoning mixture that we're gonna make for the chickpeas. Now, if you don't wanna make your own, you can very easily just get some shawarma seasoning that's already mixed together, and you're just gonna need 2 tablespoons of that. But if you wanna make your own, that recipe is in the description box below. You just mix together your spices like cinnamon, smoked paprika, turmeric, allspice, salt, pepper, garlic. It's so aromatic and fragrant again. And once you mix it all together, you're gonna sprinkle 2 tablespoons of the homemade shawarma mixture onto a can of chickpeas along with a tablespoon of olive oil. Mix that up, and then we're gonna air fry this at 400 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make the salad. Whenever I make a kale salad, it always seems like so much because as you can see, this is a very full bowl, but I like to massage it to make it more enjoyable and also more flavorful. And as you can see, after about a minute or so, it's reduced in volume by about a third. Here's what the chickpeas look like when they're done. They're nice and crispy on the outside, but still creamy and smooth on the inside, which is delicious. And once the salad is massaged and the chickpeas are done, I just make a really quick 1-bowl salad dressing. And you can kind of think of this dressing as like a smoky tahini honey mustard dressing. Like that's probably the best way to describe it. And I massage the salad with a little bit more of that dressing. Then I add onions, the crispy chickpeas, sweet and chewy apricots, and then nutty, toasty, earthy sunflower seeds for crunch. And this all together, it's zesty, it's earthy, it's spicy, it's sweet, it's chewy, it's crunchy, it's creamy, it's so many things. And I love that everything is pretty much the same size, so you get the perfect bite with every bite, which I think is one of the keys to a great salad. I got a lot of the ingredients to make these recipes on Thrive Market, so I thought I would show you some of the stuff that I got and give you some meal ideas to go with it. I teamed up with Thrive Market to bring you this part of the video, and the first thing that I got is this enchilada sauce, which is what I'm actually going to be making for dinner tonight. I love using it to make really quick enchiladas, and the ones that I normally do have black beans, kale, onions, and frozen corn, and I saute that with some taco seasoning, roll it up in tortillas, then I put a little bit of the enchilada sauce in the bottom of a casserole dish, layer in the rolled up enchiladas, and then coat everything with more of that sauce, top it with a little cheese, put it in the oven, and it is so good, super flavorful, and it's a really great weeknight meal. So that is something that I'm going to be making tonight with a little salad, some chips and salsa. The next thing that I got from Thrive is this Noble Made buffalo sauce. Now this is actually very spicy. I normally go for medium when I'm picking out salsas and hot sauces. I like a little bit of kick, but not too much, but the medium for this is properly spicy. So if you like spicy food, I really think you'll like this range. I go for the mild, and the type of heat that it is like a punchy, bright, vinegary heat. So it's got quite a bit of kick and like pepperiness, which I really like. I use this for a ton of my buffalo recipes, and it works really well. So I loaded up on that. I got 2 bottles of that this time. I also got my favorite tahini ever. This is by Soom. It is a light and runny tahini, and it is super silky and smooth. It's lightly salted. It's so good. I literally put it on oatmeal this morning. I did a dark chocolate oatmeal that had cacao powder, little vanilla, little sea salt. I topped it with some white peaches that are in season right now, and then I drizzled this tahini on top, and it was delicious. And if your experience with tahini is that it can be really chunky and thick and hard to work with and even a little bit bitter, this is going to change your life. It is so smooth and silky, and I love that it's discounted on Thrive, and it gets shipped directly to your door in recyclable packaging. I also really like that you can click the filter, which is how I find a lot of my favorite snacks, like these dill and sour cream vegan lentil chips. These are so addicting. They're light and crispy and airy. I talked about these last year or maybe the year before too. I was a little obsessed for a while because they're the kind of thing, I was telling my boyfriend, when you have one, it's good, but when you keep eating them, they're just so addicting. The flavor is really, really good, and especially because it's hard to find vegan sour cream and onion or vegan sour cream and dill. Like that specific flavor, I feel like they nailed it, and I really like those. So I get those on Thrive as well, and you can find Enjoy Life products at other places, but like I said, they're always discounted on Thrive, which is why I love to stock up. And since we're using a lot of spices in this recipe video, I should point out that I get a lot of my spices from Thrive Market. I get lots of pantry essentials like oatmeal and rice and black beans, lots of condiments, lots of home cleaning products and beauty products as well. And they're offering my viewers 30% off your first order. So if you click the link in the description box below or go to thrivemarket.com/NikkiVegan, which I'll put right here on the screen. And when you click that link, you will get 30% off your first order and a free gift worth up to $60. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and let's move on to the next recipe. About a year or two ago, I shared a recipe for oven-baked buffalo chicken egg rolls, and I love them because you don't have to deep fry them to get a really nice crispy texture. And I got a lot of questions on that recipe about whether or not the buffalo egg rolls could also be made in the air fryer. So today I'm gonna show you how to make those in the air fryer, as well as an additional barbecue version that I think you guys are really gonna love as well. So this is an air fried, not fried, egg roll. These are the egg roll wrappers that I use, and I find them to be very easy to work with, so highly recommend. So we're gonna take vegan chicken, and then we're gonna add some barbecue sauce, unsweetened almond milk yogurt, and vegan cheddar cheese. Then we're going to season with salt, pepper, and garlic powder and mix this all up, and this is gonna be the filling for the egg roll. To make the buffalo version, I just do the exact same thing, but I use buffalo sauce instead of barbecue sauce, and I mix that all together. And then we're gonna go ahead and assemble the egg rolls by basically taking about 2 tablespoons of the vegan chicken and cheese mixture. Then we'll fold over one side and then the other. And I like to kind of tuck it in as I go. You can use a little bit of water on your fingers to help it stay together and roll it on up like this. And then again, I use a little bit of water to make it stick together and stay closed. And then you want to place it seam side down into the air fryer. I repeat the process with the remaining egg rolls. And I was thinking when I was making this that the barbecue one would be so good to turn into like a barbecue chicken pizza by adding a handful of some corn and black beans, maybe some scallions. That would be so good. So I'm definitely gonna try that next time. Then I just brush these very lightly with a little bit of olive oil to help get them nice and golden brown and crispy. These are gonna cook for 10 minutes at 400 degrees in the air fryer on one side. Then you take it out, flip them over and cook for 5 to 10 minutes on the other side so they get perfectly golden. So at this stage, I flip them over, put them back in, and I love to serve these with my vegan ranch, which I will also put below. It is just the perfect pairing for both the barbecue and the buffalo. And pro tip, you can actually customize your ranch dressing with this. So like if you're serving it with the buffalo egg rolls, you can add a little bit of the buffalo sauce to the ranch to make buffalo ranch. Or there's a fast food vegan restaurant in LA that I used to love called Plant Powered Fast Food, and they have a dip called Ranchicue, which is a mix of barbecue sauce and vegan ranch. So you can mix a little bit of that together for the barbecue ones. It's so good. Comment below and let me know which one of these recipes you're excited to try first. And if you make this at home, go ahead and tag me in a picture on Instagram so I can check it out. All the recipes, like I mentioned, are in the description box below this video. So I hope you guys enjoy making them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.